Alright, so welcome back everybody to another episode of 1on1Wit8. I'm here with Miss Trillest.
Trizzy.
What's good, y'all?
What's up? What's goody? Thanks for having me, of course.
Thanks for coming. You know what I'm saying? No so first things first, for the audience who don't know who you are, tell me a little bit about yourself, like who you are and where you from.
Okay, I am Tayzia Treadwell, a mother before anything, a mother after everything, first and foremost. Secondly, actress, a model, security officer. I guess you could call me an influencer.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that in there.
Yeah, you know.
Right. And definitely, okay, so.
Oh, where I'm from?
Yeah,
I'm from Newark. I'm from Fairview, Central Ward.
Central Ward.
Yeah, shout out to the Central Ward.
Alright. So how was it like growing up over there? For those who don't know,
Fairview was lit. We had one of the most lit hoods ever. And I was young, yay high. You know, a young one growing up. But we had one of the most lit hoods ever, obviously. My cousins, Akbar, Alameen, you know, they held it down. So I was a young boy. My childhood was comfortable, lovely.
I bet so. And I even a few months ago I did one with Alameen. I did one with Kaz.
In the store. You know word. Shout out to him.
All the time, man. And so you know you came up. So schooling. You went to Central High School?
Nah. I went right across the street to Cleveland on Bergen. Between Bergen and Hunterdon for elementary, and then I went to a private school, Link Community School down on Irvin Turner.
Good.
And for high school, I got accepted to mad high schools, but I like to dance, obviously. So I went to Arts High. I was a dance major, right? But then, you know, just got caught up. So I got kicked out sophomore year for fighting, and I went to an alternative school, and that's where I got into like I don't even know what to call it really, but I basically switched gears, so I wasn't dancing anymore.
Okay.
I started, I guess I could say I got into the medical field, because that's when I started interning at University Hospital as a medical assistant and stuff like that. So I kind of just switched gears really. Okay. And that's where I graduated from. I graduated from the alternative school.
Okay. And
I could still dance.
I was about to say, so dance would be considered your first passion?
Yeah, dance was my first love. I was like at all the block parties. Everybody used to be like, where Tay at? Like they knew I was about to go crazy. Battling. This when we used to battle everybody. We used to make up dances and everything.
That's when block parties was.
It was lit. Like that was the summer. Yeah, block parties. Parties. Yeah, we ain't had to worry about nothing. Yeah. We had it on Smash. The fire hydrants was on. We had the jump ropes out here.
Yeah, it was lit.
That's when it was lit.
It was always lit back then. It was definitely good times, yo.
Yeah, where's one?
And all right, so you went to Arch. They kicked your bad ass out of there. you always near scrapping.
Yo, word.
So. How did your parents respond to you getting kicked out?
I grew up in a single parent home, so I just had my mom. Okay. And obviously she wasn't happy. Like that's when everything went left, right? I started being grown, like I started being into the guys or whatever. My daughter's dad, and I started kicking it with him heavy or whatever like that. So she wasn't feeling it at all. Plus he was older than me. Okay. And I was lying like, oh, we just cool, which that's how it was in the beginning. You feel me? But the more time you spend with somebody, the more the vibes change, and you know one thing led to another. So. That became that, but she ain't like it. Shout out to her though, cause she always rocked with me. Nah, shout out to mom for real. She always rocked with me. She wasn't feeling me, but it was cool.
Okay, so fast forward a little bit more because now you are your mother too, right?
Our young boy. Shout out to Zayden.
Yeah. So. How did what I'm asking is the age difference, right? So your oldest child is
she 8. She gonna be 9. And my bad, I had to think about it. Shout out to Zana.
She in the building.
Right,
of
she
course.
over here like say my name, say the name. I didn't think I was having another one, but like 28 was my cutoff. I'm 27 now. Okay. And 28 was my cutoff. I'm like, yo, if I ain't pregnant by 28, that's it. Because me and my little shorty did everything together. Okay. We still do. I'm talking about We could jump rope. I'm going to the bouncy houses. I'm jumping, flipping. I'm active with her. So I ain't want to sell my second kid short and be like, oh, no, I'm too old.
I'm
for
old,
that.
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
Now.
My knees hurting now or whatever like that. So my son was honestly completely unplanned. Like I went to the I work at a hospital, so I was in there for my throat, and they like, yeah, we ain't get your throat swab, but we got your positive pregnancy test. I was like,
that's how you tell me?
Right room, like
that's how you tell me?
Yeah, so he was completely unplanned, but I was happy as hell, honestly, because I always wanted my second one, and I was like, if this the time, then it's the time. And I don't believe in abortions and nothing like that, so it was going down regardless.
Okay. Word. All right, and so obviously it motivated you to get.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm like, oh yeah, it's go time. I think I did. Was it 1 or 2 projects while I was pregnant, like with my son, or whatever like that. So yeah, I was like, oh, it's go time. Absolutely not, absolutely not. Because I honestly felt like a sense of completion, like, because like I said, I always wanted a second one. So I'm like, you feel me? If I got my 2, we set. Like now it's really time to set us up. Yeah. That was really time to set us up. You feel me? Moving forward.
That's what's up, man. We see you getting active, and so we talked about what you do, right? Mm-hmm. You are pretty much a jack of all trades right now. Yeah. You got a lot of stuff going on, and let's talk about this movie you just did that you was just in. Oh yeah, so Jersey, the series, King of Newark 2. Mm-hmm. H. Royal Family Films, Hall Mills Network. Mm-hmm. Shout out to them. Alonzo, the guy, he's a director, writer, producer, all of the above. He called me one day, or he texted me and was like, yo, I need you for a project. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, cool. You feel me? I ain't asking no questions, because anything I could get on to like build my resume, I'm with it. Alright. So I'm like, all right, cool. Let me know where to be or whatever like that. So I swear it was so funny. Mm-hmm. I'm laying there or whatever, and he like, yeah, these your lines or whatever like that. So I knew my character. I knew I was playing somebody's girlfriend. Never knew who it was. Like, so the director's sitting right there, and he like, yeah, we just waiting for Mano to pull up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, which Mano? Yeah, like I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna just let that slide. Oh, so you playing it cool? Talking about anybody? Yeah. All right. So I'm like, all right. So what we waiting for? Just to get into it. Like, yo, what we waiting for? They're like, we waiting for Mano to pull up. He said he on his way. I'm like, why? Who Mano? Yeah. you got play like, cool. You don't know Mano? I'm like, oh, the rapper? Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, he coming here? I'm like, oh, he coming here, not thinking like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? Fan struck, but I'm more so like, oh shit. We got some names in the building. The price going up now. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to sit next to him, you feel me? So that was really cool. And he's cool as hell. Like, still to this day, that's my guy. He made it, real comfortable for me. It wasn't like, I ain't feel like I had to, you know what I'm saying, be somebody that I wasn't, because I'm shooting with Mano. So it was really dope. You ain't have to stretch your acting or, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Switch my voice and shit. I was still regular. So I did that project with him. Mm-hmm. And moving forward, we did the next scene. I was actually pregnant. My stomach was showing a little bit. No, not in that scene, but the second scene, the one that just had premiered, part 2 of it or whatever like that, when I was playing the reporter. So I was pregnant in that one. So yeah, that was 2 projects that I did. But yeah, it was really cool. The premiere this time wasn't, it wasn't as, I don't want to say lit, because it was lit. Yeah. But it just wasn't as big due to like COVID and a pandemic and stuff like that. But it was a great turnout. Yeah, social distancing. But it was a really great turnout. People came out, they showed love. So it was really dope. And that's me. Like, I'm all for the red carpets. I'm for the dressing up. I'm for the hills. Like, that's where you come alive. That's my element for real. Like, that's my element. Where it's going. So it was dope. So the object is to get more than projects, so you can get to more than red carpets. Absolutely. I'm going to the BET Awards. Yeah. I'm going to the Oscars. Like, everywhere. It's gonna be lit. The Grammys. I'm going everywhere. Everywhere. You gotta tear them doors down. I'm telling you. And that's the thing with you, right? Mm-hmm. So I feel as though you give that type of empowerment to women like yourself.
Absolutely.
And, for your daughter, you know what I mean, other little, girls and kids coming up behind you, you give them that, right? Like, all right, don't let nothing hold you
stop
back.
You, yeah.
Because, truthfully, a lot of people would have had a hard time once they got kicked out of arts high school.
100. I feel like 100%.
How good.
It was. I don't regret it, right? But I honestly still say to this day, I feel like a lot of things in my life would have been completely different if I hadn't got kicked out of arts. Because I was active in arts. Like, I was on a basketball team. Did I play volleyball for them or link? I was just really active, and I was involved in a lot. And once I left Arts High, all of that stopped. I tried to get on Central basketball team, but it just didn't work out with my school schedule and enrolling in Essex County early and my internship. Like, it was honestly really just a lot. But I still say till this day, I don't regret my daughter at all, and I'm happy, I have her. But my life would have been completely different had I stayed at Arts High. Yeah, it would have been completely different.
So let's talk about motivations then.
So
what motivates this?
I feel like just the life I want in general always motivates me. My children motivate me because I know the life that I want to give them. Like, my daughter know the life that she wants already. She's like, Mommy, I can't wait till we go to LA. Like, we gonna be lit in LA. When we get to LA, we should get a house built up from the ground. And I want a pool, and I want this. And she's into cars. She wants a Tesla. She wants a G-Wagon. And she know the cars better than me. So she know what she wants. She want the stars and the roof of the car. Like, so I can't, not that I can't, but I never think about telling her, no, we ain't getting it. I'm like, oh, it's coming. You feel me? It's coming. So the life that I want. And then she watched the kids on YouTube all the time. And she see what they have. And she like, Mom, start my YouTube channel, Mom. We gonna be lit. Every like is a couple dollars. Like, so it's the life that I want for myself. The life that, I want for my children. And then it's like the people around me believe in me so much. And that's crazy. Now, it won't even necessarily be like family or, friends and stuff like that. It's my following. Like, I love my following. People like, oh, Instagram don't matter and Instagram not real. And sometimes you really just got to sit back like, yo, Instagram will support you before the people next to you. You know how many orders, when I dropped the Trillest apparel, shout out to the Trillest apparel, I'm wearing it. This the clothing line for me and my children, but you know how many orders came from my Instagram support or my Facebook support, my Twitter support? Like, shout out to the gram. Like, it ain't reality, but you got real support up there.
But you get reality results from it.
I'm telling you. So shout out to my following. It's mad people that hit me every day. Like, Tay, please keep going. Tay, you inspiring me. Tay, you can't stop. Like, I be missing you. Or if I'm off the gram for a week, they hitting me like, hey, you ain't posted in a while. Everything all right? You good? Like, so shout out to that. Yeah, my following definitely motivates me, man. Because I know it's people rooting for me.
Nah, it definitely is. And I see that same reflection. I see that same reflection to a lesser degree to what I'm doing and the response that I get from it. And it's pretty much the same way. You know how you describing it, and it's crazy because it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has a
look
real
at
effect.
us. We here today because of what? You feel me? Through Instagram, obviously we got mutuals and we know a couple of the same people, but this happened through the gram. You feel me? So it's in networking. I feel like that's 100% important.
But that's what I get from it. I get it's social networking. The key word for me is networking.
It's networking, absolutely. And people be like, one of the biggest things from social media, since we talking about it, people like, oh, this person is liking that, or this person in their comments too much, and heart eyes hit, and I'm just like, yo, it's social network. You're on it to be social. Let these people do what they gonna do. Like, if a guy was like, any guy, my husband, my boyfriend, my baby daddy, whoever, yo, why you always in this nigga inbox? What? I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, just imagine everything that you're being derailed from just based off of. That's you, Hunter? What you doing? Oh,
she good.
I'm like, yo, but not just everybody from like the insecurities, I think, is a major thing when it comes to networking and social networking.
Because it's crazy. Because it take off the blinders, right? And it's like I heard Jay-Z said before in one of his interviews, and he was like, "Oh, you think I see you?" Right? And it was like all the person insecurities is like a person will lash back at you. Or, you know, we come from an environment where I don't hike, I fight. Because the stuff that you hitting on right now is hitting home for me. Yep. But I'm joking on you, but you think I really see the insecurities between your father leaving you or this, that, and third. And that's what IG is a lot of times. Like,
I was on a fake page the other day. Yeah. My cousin called me like, I'm
sleeping. Oh yeah, they hit you on?
Man, I'm taking a nap. Yeah. And my phone going off, and I hate that. And I always put my phone on vibrate when I'm asleep because my son normally sleep right with me. Okay. And I hate when they wake him up. So I called back. I'm like, what's up? Everything good? Like, yo, like, oh, yeah, they got you on that fake page. Like, I'm like, oh, don't call me with that crackhead shit. Like, I don't care. You know, like, I've been on fake pages. My daughter done been on fake pages. I'm sure my son gonna be on a fake page. And it's just like, what? For one, you already beneath me because you're hiding behind a page.
I can't respect it.
And then the page was private. Of course, I wanted to go look at it, but they screenshotted it and sent it to me. Oh, you want to keep messing with men with girlfriends and having mistake babies and that shit don't faze me. Like, my kids ain't going nowhere. Like,
that's the best you got.
They here. Like, and then again, that's your insecurity because you mad at me over a guy that had a girlfriend supposedly when if I ain't know, I ain't know. And if I did, that's my karma. That shit gonna deal with me regardless. You feel me? Like, karma don't miss a beat. So, like, it is what it is. That's your insecurities. You feel a type of way. My kid's grown. My daughter grown as hell. Yeah.
Like,
she 8. You feel me? My son about to be 1. It's like, why you still mad?
And my main thing with that is, like, you're not stopping this money from coming. You're not affecting nothing.
Did you get paid for that?
Did you get paid? That's my main. Did you get paid
for that? You know what I mean? Even if you do, like, start a blog.
Word.
Like, make some, capitalize off whatever. If you gotta capitalize off me and what Trillest got going on, get your money, bro. Like, get your money.
Get your money. When your shit pop, I'm gonna send that invoice over.
Period.
You know what I mean? We gonna bust down the profits.
For my piece to be disturbed, it ain't gonna happen. I'm not letting that happen. Not over no fake page. I think it was called No Ghetto Bitches or something like that. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm Tay Trillest at the end of the day.
Every day it's a new one.
Every day
it's a new one. But you don't gotta make a fake page.
Yeah.
Like,
voice your opinion. It ain't needed, but by all means, I take everything. That's criticism, constructive criticism, that's heat, that's shade, that's backlash. It is what it is because you can't disturb my peace. I'm rocking. I'm secure. I'm regular. I know what I did. I know what I didn't do, and I don't got nothing to prove to nobody at the end of the day. So I ain't out here trying to prove no points. I ain't clearing up nothing. If you think I did it, I did it. Like, whatever they say I did that shit.
Hey, yo, that's my number one shit. Hey, yo, whatever they say I did that shit. I'm not clearing up nothing because...
Like, you know we don't fuck with no rumors. Future tweeted that years ago, and that's still my shit. Like, you know we don't fuck with no rumors.
Yes, sir. I mean, I pity the person who chooses to believe that shit just as much as I pity the person who wrote it. If you gotta sit there and if you gonna run with whatever you read, that's on you. That's cool with me.
You feel me?
I ain't trying to change nobody's opinion. I ain't trying to change nobody's mind.
At all. I'm still gonna do me.
That's it, man.
I'm gonna be me regardless.
And we talked about. Hold up, we ain't talk about yet. We ain't talk about Trillest, the realest, right?
Hey yo.
So we got the Trillest apparel, right? And but the crazy part was before we even did the interview, I was gonna hit you about the Nipsey Blue.
Hey yo.
I said, yo.
Hey yo.
So now, besides myself, right? I can honestly say like you was one of the first people that I seen rocking with Nipsey.
From day one.
Yeah.
Yo, from day one, yo.
And the crazy part is, it caught my attention because you was a female that was rocking with Nipsey. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like before everything, before his death, and then, unfortunately, like with death, a lot of attention comes with it.
Yeah, that's when everybody knew who Nip was. You everybody gave him the respect. And
because his personality,
his flowers.
His personality like commanded that. You know what I'm saying? Like once you, because for me, like I like to hear how a person talk, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, before I got into Nipsey, that allowed me to get into Nipsey music. Mm-hmm. Was the way he carried himself and the way he spoke.
He got some of the best interviews ever. Like I'm talking about young Nip, no beard, like bony as hell. You know me, no store. That's that Nip was so solid.
Yeah. So how did you?
I was watching it's called Love Chronicles. Okay. Cause you know Nip did his acting, so I was watching Love Chronicles and he played Janky. Okay. In Love Chronicles 2. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, who this cute ass nigga? Like, he was tall, lanky, just like I liked him. Like, he had the braids. Uh-huh. And I'm like, yo, so I looked him up. Mm-hmm. And from there, I just followed everything he did. Like, I was on music. Mm-hmm. I started ordering clothes. Mm-hmm. Like, and I rocked with him heavy in Big Prev. You know, he from Elizabeth. Mm-hmm. And he brought him out to All-Star. He hit me, yo. He hit me and was like, Tay, I'm bringing your boy out here. Mm-hmm. So get the fuck out of here. You like, he sent the flyer and was like, make sure you there. Yeah. And I'm talking about the DJ called me on the radio. Yeah. Like, Tay Trillest, come to the DJ booth. I was like, oh, shit is happening. But I was still on some shot shit, right? I'm like, it was a bouncer right there. I'm like, yo, they just called me. You could take me over there. He like, go ahead. Yeah. I walked up the steps, bitch. I went around. I was at the top, like. And I went over there and he like, yo, what's cracking? I was like, oh my God. And it was so crazy because he wasn't like, hey, how you doing? He was his self. And I fucked with that. He like, what's up, cuz? I was like, oh.
Hold up. So what year was this?
This was 2015.
This is 2015.
2015, I met Nip for the first time. And yo, it's crazy because I used to like post on Facebook, all I want to do is meet Nipsey Hussle. I want to go to California. I want to do this. I want to do that. Like his bodyguard, J-Rock, mad cool. Like, and it was crazy because I swear to God, I never forget. J-Rock like, yo, I hit you. I told you we was coming out here. We know you fuck with bro. Like, we was trying to tell. I'm like, what? He like, yo, wasn't we just talking about her in the car? And he was like, yeah. I was like, Sunday know me. Like, Sunday know me. Yeah. And it was cool. Like, and J-Rock can hit me anytime there's on the East or whatever like that. You know, so it was real cool. Like, shout out to Nick. Word. His camp, everybody, man.
And you also went out there.
And I live there. Like, that's my home. Cali is my home. Yeah. I've been out there several times, but I never took my children with me. Okay. If ever my children were with me, we wasn't coming back. And I was just winging it. Like, my children, the only thing that kept me coming back.
And yo, I think, no bullshit, I think Cali got that effect, yo.
On everybody. Anybody that go there, yo, you step off the plane and the air is just different.
It got that effect, yo.
I'm telling you.
Like, if I had a choice to go somewhere, be like, yo, like, if I could jump up right now, be like, yo, I'm out and I ain't coming back, I'm going to Cali. I'm going to Cali. Like, without a doubt, though. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of people choose, like, Atlanta.
Atlanta was my second, only because, like, what I want to do, obviously. I want to act, I want to model. You got Oprah Winfrey Studios out there. You got Tyler Perry Studios out there. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the market for what I want to do. And I know that I could go there and be good just off being an extra. Mm-hmm. You get $200-300 a day just going on set as an extra. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'd be good. But LA is like,
it's different.
I love it. It's just it's my home. I really want to go to LA before December.
Before December,
I'm trying to be out. Like to live though. I'm talking about be out.
Hey man, that's a move, yo. And the crazy part is, it ain't no wrong move with that. There's no wrong move.
And it's like you can always come back home. Home ain't going nowhere.
Hey yo. As long as you got this device right here, you always got home. Mm-hmm. Because it's not like how it was, I say like in the 90s, if our parents would have jumped up and moved to California. Mm-hmm. You don't see your friends no more. Mm-hmm. You out of the loop. This. Now, you could go anywhere. You could go to fucking Bangkok, Hong Kong, fucking Ching Chow Pow, and be good as long as you got your phone because you still FaceTime. You still... like you're not really missing the things that you thought.
I ain't gonna hold you though. I was scared. It still might be a little bit of fear there, cause like it's just me and the kids. You feel me? I I don't really got family out there. I got homies out there, obviously, you feel me? Like, I got people, but it ain't really no sense of family, like, in that union. But I've been out of work now since, I've been on a leave of absence from work since my daughter started school. And that was another thing that I was scared of. Like, I can't just go nowhere and not be at work or whatever like that. But my leave unpaid. I've been out this long, like, I'm doing it. And that alone just gave me so much strength to have faith, like, and believe, yo.
I think, like, 2020 was, like, if you don't walk out of here with anything, you gotta walk out of 2020.
And that don't even gotta be nothing, like, materialistic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just, like, just, like...
It brought out so many, it brought out so much capability out of people. And it's like, like, you gotta take that and run with it.
Yep, you gotta capitalize.
You gotta capitalize.
Like, my faith, son, is so strong now, and I'm just like, I'm going to Cali. Like, I'm out now. Like, it's nothing that I can't do because I done been through it all. I done lived through it all. Like,
you grew up in the Central Water North.
Home ain't
that right.
Nowhere. I'm telling you.
That right there gave you the core, and it gave you the.
I was young as hell in shootouts. Like, running from gunshots. Like, man, listen, ain't nothing I can't get through.
And I think, like, once you realize that,
you unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
You the Trillest. Like.
That's it. Trillest apparel.
Yeah, Trillest. You feel
Okay,
me?
so let's get into the apparel real quick. We jumped on the Nipsey. We jumped on the Nipsey Blue, right?
Yeah.
So let everybody know, you know what I mean, what that's about.
Honestly, right, I was sitting at work and I just thought, like, God forbid I was to fall off right now and, you know what I'm saying, just be done. What am I leaving my children behind? We got life insurance policies. We got all of that. But at the end of the day, they can't run that themselves right now. They're too young. So people, you know, family. When money get involved, they've been done robbed. My kids blind. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, what am I leaving my kids behind to build off? What foundation do I have for them? Okay. And it's like, I'm take Trills. You know what I'm saying? We the Trillest family at the end of the day. Let's start a legacy. Let's start confidence. Let's start ambition. Let's instill that early. And now we got the Trillest apparel by Take Trills. You feel me? So
it was already there.
Yeah, it was already there, honestly. And like you said, I just capitalized off everything that was going on. And it was something that I wanted to do for the longest. But I had people around me put in their fare in my plans. And I was like, all right. Once I was home and I was out of work, I'm like, not even just for money, but I got the time, and I'm alone right now. You feel me? I'm in my space, so it's go time.
But you ask yourself the $1 million question: what do I got to leave my? Like, if everything was to stop right now, what do I got
to leave my children behind? Yep.
I could have a job, and my job would pay me. Let's say my job paid me $1 million a week. It's still a job, though.
It's still a job, yep.
And the kids can't take that.
Shit could switch up.
It can switch.
I think that's another reason I'm so okay in life and with everything that go on around me, because I'm okay knowing that things could switch up. That's a relationship. That's a friend, a job. Like, my car could stop working tomorrow. Like, anything can change. Anybody can change. Any situation in general can change. And that's one of the things that makes me so okay with everything that goes on in life. I'm either like, damn, this shit got me hot, or what did I learn from this, or what's next? You feel me? Like, you can't you can't let it get you down.
For me, that's my $1 million question. Through every situation, good or bad, I always ask myself, what did I learn from this? Like, you just said, like, my car could start working, I could get kicked out of my house, I could
get sick.
I could get sick. Got close family member could pass along, but what's gonna keep me going and doing 1on1 with 8 next episode?
Yep.
Because you have to be able to work through adversities.
Through everything. Yep.
And I think as long as that, you know, you got that, like you got that type of mind frame, you ready to take on the world.
Absolutely. Because that's all it's about. Like, this shit is trial and error with everything.
Every day is a new one. Every moment. And you take it as it comes and you just learn from it. So it's the same thing, like you said, with the fake pages. It's the same thing with running your own business.
Running business. Like, it's life.
It's life.
It's really life.
It's
like,
life,
this shit all like a puzzle for real.
It is.
You gotta get in where you can fit in and just capitalize off every moment
every
that you
moment.
got. Take advantage of it. I feel like that's what we do a lot. We waste a lot of time on things that we can't even do nothing with. We just gotta move forward and take advantage, like, of everything.
Yeah.
even the smallest things we could capitalize off. Rather that be somebody believing in you, the little bit of motivation you got from an Instagram post, like a conversation you had with a lady on a train. Like, it's just taking advantage of everything.
You mean taking advantage of the people who don't believe in you, who
too,
don't.
you know what I mean?
Because, like you just said a few minutes ago, too, you gotta be careful with that because you'll let other people's fears bleed onto you. You can't. You can't sell 100 T-shirts. You can't get 100,000 views. You can't do this, that, and the third, and it'll be their fears that they put on you.
Yep, that'll just shoot your face down, and it'll really leave you there. Like, you know how many people don't have people around them that like push them and motivate them, like, and all they got is the people that's probably in their comments on Instagram, like, oh, you ugly, or you stupid, or you dumb. Ain't nobody about to, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy.
And that shit will break you
for life. Like, I'm talking about like, that's bullying at the end of the day. Like cyberbullying, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at all these kids that done commit suicide, like 8, 9, and 10 years old.
That's a real thing, man.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
It's really a real thing. It's toxic.
It is, man. And
it's toxic.
And that's why, you know, this conversation, this interview was very much needed.
Yeah, absolutely. It was long overdue. I should have been there. Like, I'd be into
but
stuff.
you know, timing is everything.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything. So we can't, you know what I mean?
We ain't gonna dwell on it. You're right. You're right.
We know what I mean? We're gonna knock this thing out.
Word.
And so for is there anything that you want to get out to the people and to your audience, and anything that you want to let them know?
The Trillest apparel. We got the Trillionaire tees right now. Okay. But the sweatsuits dropping soon. Everybody keep asking. The cargo is dropping soon. So go ahead, sign up to the site. Subscribe to our email list so you can know when everything drops, and just stay in tune, man. Because I'm working. Trillest Tuesdays is
what's up with that?
It's you know, it's going along. It was hard to get back into because normally I was on live, right? And it was easy communicating with my audience because I could bring them up. I'm talking to them, they talking back, and I'm feeding off their energy. But trying to go into like a studio or even do it like this is like you gotta book the guests, and what if the guests flop and you don't have a co-host? And to a certain extent, I got lazy. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't want to do everything with me, so I felt like I needed a team. But I'm back on live, y'all. Tune in every Tuesday. Trillest Tuesdays. I actually had somebody hit me about doing it on the radio. So, you know, we working. I'm gonna go look at a couple more studios, and I'm gonna get back into it. But for now, just tune in. Trillest on Instagram. 3 Ys.
3 Ys.
3 Ys. You know what I'm saying? The Trillest.
All right, so I want to thank you for coming through,
man. Thanks for having me. Word. I appreciate you.
This was definitely a much needed conversation.
Word.
And thank everybody for tuning in. And y'all go check out my girl, Trillest.
You know.
We got the Trillest apparel out here, man.
That's right.
And again, thank you again, y'all.
No problem, yo.
All right.
Word.